television was left on, preserved the crime scene, of course, and will stay on until the police are finished with their investigation. They think nothing of saving electricity. How bothersome. It's on. Pleasant breeze is blowing through this window, feeling like an exchange of the stifling atmosphere amidst the crime scene. Everything is neat and tidy atop the table without a single disturbance in sight. I've set these two men up and make it look like they killed each other. If there's one thing I cannot forgive, it's the desecration of the dead. It's just another cheap sofa. I should buy one in my office, should be sure to select a much more luxurious one. Check the plans.
So, what do you want to ask me about?
The current case of the murdered codependent embassy staff member. I've heard that people began calling it the second KG8 incident.
Only amongst you law enforcement types. And what about it?
I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG8 incident.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers.
Liar! No, I believe you know much more, since you are directly tied to the KG8 incident.
I'd appreciate it to stop with the false accusations. Racist outbursts are useless both inside and outside the courtroom, don't you know?
I do. I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here. Two, in fact. Maybe even three.
You can stop making that ultra serious face in front of me?
You could stop laughing just 1 second. I couldn't make any headway like this. Just gonna have to show her exactly how related to the KG8 incident she is.
Show her how related she is. Oh, actually, can you check the badge? I want to see it. I want to see the back. Like, is it pinned with like a regular pin? Is it like a slide pin? Yeah, it's a little tack pin. Okay.
Prosecutor's badge is engraved with the number of its owner on the back. Numbers. So we're not human on the inside like everyone else. It's a shame that we will not be able to face each other. It was to be my first trial, too.
Oh, was that a declaration of war? How nice is it to be young and carefree? What a nice squeaky clean badge you've got yourself there. I'm jealous.
Sure, it's clean, will dull over time with experience.
Are you saying your reputation will always will tarnish over time with it?
That's not what I meant.
Well, you can't just avoid. You just can't avoid some things in life.
Never allow my badge or my reputation to become tarnished. Miss you. I believe that proof of your connection to the KG8 incident.
That's file is your proof? Very well then.
I love how there's like, do we have any proof to show her she's connected to the KGA incident? And we only have one thing that's about the KGA incident to show her.
To the victim? Is that what it was? The victim was
Yeah.
CCU?
Did you read this line?
Oh, why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to the KG8 incident?
The victim was... Says the victim, Miss CCU,
Yeah.
who was unmarried.
I CC you. In that email that we were talking about.
Your connection to the KG8 incident is through the victim.
What does CC stand for in emails again?
Carbon copy.
I thought it was close correspondence, but it's a carbon copy.
Carbon copy.
You're correct. Yeah. which is funny because I don't think kids these days will even know what carbon copying even means.
I mean, the kids these days don't probably know what a floppy disk is, and we have it as the save icon. So like,
yeah.
just
No, yeah,
relics.
yeah. But it's just funny how people just don't know what a carbon copy is.
Yeah, I mean, in email you wouldn't have a carbon copy. It's just
Yeah.
everything's referencing something previously in history, recursively all the way back.
Yeah. Instead of writing emails, we etch emails.
Etch a sketch.
Did you etch a sketch that email for the company-wide picnic, ShadJV?
Yeah, but then I accidentally shook it a little too much when I was almost done.
Mm. It's funny because on certain phones, which shall remain not mentioned because we're not sponsored by them, if you shake the phone, it erases what you're saying. Also, give me a second. I got a call.
Okay. Uh, we get some nice silence here and no music, but yeah. So I kind of gave my. I let you guys know what I'm streaming next month. Uh, I think there's a good chance there'll be a session of Mario Party at some point next month that I'll stream for Halloween. The digital bonfire. I don't know what else I might. And yeah, I have several games set up for the near future. Oh, ready?
I'm back. Yeah. I got no respect in this house. I get no respect.
Well, the victim's name is CCU. You will note that she has the same last name as you. Has the same last name as you.
Hmm?
Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you are not related to this case?
Ah. Sorry, but we're not related.
Good.
Just kidding. Yes, that question with such a serious look on your face.
Like the snare drum.
That I couldn't help but.
You know, I want to find a live action, not live action, a like actual instrument like cover of this. It's a fun song. It's you. I ask that you please tell me the truth.
All right, I'll tell you everything I know. As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities at the Amano Saibatsu was my sister, CCU.
As I thought.
And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial by Manny Cochin. Not because he was tried once. As acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his life completely carefree.
All because of a lack of evidence.
No. I heard that the evidence to convict him did exist.
What?
I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Cochin's trial was over. Apparently, a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence.
And the evidence had been tampered with.
Isn't it just like a criminal to do something like that? Somewhere being run out by the Amano group by one of his secretaries. They built Mr. Cochin out. Turns out they were in league with each other all along.
How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation?
I don't really know. So I wanted to become the lead defense. In this case, that people are calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't learned any news at all. I was probably expecting too much. I know.
Isn't that a conflict of interest?
Yeah.
You mean you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring? Then again, I feel like I've said several times in the series isn't that a conflict of interest, so I guess that shouldn't matter.
I don't know what to think.
Why did Mr. Cochin want to meet with you earlier?
Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently, he only found out that I was a defense lawyer on this case after he'd arrived. Maybe you should say hi and one other thing.
It's like, hi, I'm sorry for killing your sister.
Looks like he couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh boy, stop with the scary face already. It's fine. I gave him a really good slap across the face.
The way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy.
Ahem. But it's just as Mr. Bat said. He's not related to double murder. I asked around, and people in the gallery claimed that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. Well, this is about all I know. Sorry. So was it much help, huh?
That's not true. Sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life.
Edward, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we?
Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way, and I will catch this criminal in my own way as well. You'll see.
Look at you with your game face on, ready to go.
I'm making no such face.
Did you know? Laughter's the best medicine, Ashworth. Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time?
I'm charged with making sure that all the criminals in this world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter.
There you go. Make that face again. Oh well. I've got to get going. Still got a few loose ends I need to tie up.
KG-8 incident in this murder investigation. It is my belief that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus that Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying even though the lie is hurting his chances. Clearly this case is far from over. Whether or not that detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Van Karma, I swear to uphold your honorable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. Okay.
Ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-da-bum. Saving. Save. Don't turn off power.
September 10th,
Save it.
4:45.
Save.
Sir, what is to become of the trial into the Codependent Embassy staff member's murder?
Oh, indeed. Since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. In other words, trial ends here prematurely.
Looks like you'll have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut.
I suppose it can't be helped.
The evidence of this trial will be transferred to your legal file.
Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Codependent Embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell?
What an outrageous circus it had all become. Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivete.
An outrageous circus, right, sir?
I grow weary of this topic, Edward. I will have you decide to a different place.
Papa, you'll come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you?
I'll consider it.
I'll consider watching my daughter's courtroom debut. So, if I may, please allow me to continue my investigation.
Whichever fool.
I know that there's already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rowley. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigation in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt.
The perfect proof. Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection.
Jeez.
Papa? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Miles and I, we're competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate the real crime scene is really a rare opportunity. It would give us some real life experience. Would you agree?
If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish.
You're allowing us to continue.
In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. You have to make sure you become recognized as a person prosecutors don't read. It would be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edward, Francisca, see to it. I'm not disturbed. See to it I'm not disturbed, save for the results of your competition.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Papa.
Francisca, thank you.
What are you thanking me for? The logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on.
Yes, just as you wished.
Couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Ms. Edward.
No, we don't have enough information yet, so my first order of business would be to question anyone involved in this case.
It wasn't me, I'll tell you. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, I understand. Let's just calm down, okay, buddy? Don't get anything useful to the detective when he's this agitated. I agree with that one.
Wow! This is so incredibly detailed. My inner modeling fanboy is impressed.
Not exactly a fan of plastic models, per se. Maybe I can sense the superb quality of this model.
I simply cannot comprehend that a man can feel so much love for such a trifle.
Oh, I see.
You're a disciple of my father, so you would do well to guard yourself against an interest in such unproductive things.
Yes, perhaps you should take up whipping people like the young lady over here. I can't stop the water, sir. Seems the man who was here earlier broke up by drinking from it too much.
Bunch of fools who pretended not to see the foolish and foolish actions of a foolish fool!
Jose, why don't you lend the officer a hand?
As if I've had anything to do with this. Besides, that water drinking fool's mouth is a thing the officer should be covering. Let's give the officer a description of the water god's law later.
She seems to have quite the grudge. Sounds to me like someone wanted to drink. Hear that one?
Sir, nothing to report, sir.
Is there no one who will make this man take responsibility for his actions in the job?
Looks like we have no choice but to report this to Papa. Then this car can have fun in a waking night after being awakened from his dream.
Actually, that's not. I kind of feel sorry for him now. What's the matter, officer?
standing here forever, sir. I really need to go to the bathroom.
Let me just make a quick trip. The nearest one isn't that far, is it?
No, it's a short way down the hall behind these doors, but I don't want to be blamed for anything that might happen when I'm gone. So, I'm gonna hold it.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe can be a positive influence for us after all. Miss Eve.
Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And who are you? Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I am Francisco von Kama, and I am about to become the successor of the family name. About to? I guess that means... Oh, about to? About to? I guess that means that for now, you're just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are. Well,
Why are you ripping me?
Do you not catch my chortles?
Sometimes I miss them, sometimes I don't.
Ugh, but I have chortles.
You do have chortles. You also have Fury.
Sometimes. Bowser's Fury. Anyways, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. There's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting.
I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you.
Look at you, eyebrows scrunch with lines on your forehead. And that to ask of you.
What exactly is so funny?
Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with super serious atmosphere.
Apparently, they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school.
Ah, woo! That feels so much better now. So, what is it you want to talk about?
I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder.
We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself.
You were with Detective Bad. Why?
A little something to discuss, that's all.
So, I take it that your acquaintances with Detective Bad.
Yeah, he's the detective in charge of the KG8 incident.
Detective Bad is also related to the incident?
That's right. He's the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. You know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Now, Edgeworth, I have no idea what you two are talking about. I've heard of the KG-8 incident from my papa. But how does that case relate to you, monsieur? The victim of that case, CCU, was my little sister. Look at that super serious face again. I'm fine, really. He's just making a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him.
The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy.
Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I say they met up about every single time the Yatagarasa made a move. It's practically a given the two would meet up every one of the crime scenes.
See, he did mention that he is in charge of the Yatagarasa investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her if she knows about the Yatagarasa in more detail. You claimed at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad.
But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess?
We do, and that's what I was planning to do. Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening and he dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came to lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked.
What did you talk with Detective Bad about?
Nothing interesting. I just insulted him, chum. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more.
Bloody, when she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults.
Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in the defender lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2.
I see. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Macrel. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct?
Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that had made off with the evidence from the KG8 incident, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu, who just made that up.
She made it up.
Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras. But there was no footage of him sneaking into the cauliflower embassy himself. Hold on for just 1 second. You mean to say that you knew that he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer and you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right.
I see. The defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals.
That's why defense lawyers are so detestable. But they have no match for us Von Kamas. Chortle? Ah, I don't believe it. You're serious. I'm gonna say that face of somebody really worth being serious about. And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for the leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright?
For that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer.
Don't put words into my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rowe was through his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him either, ever. Don't you dare suggest I was going to.
The game music's a bit loud. Let me just look at the meters. Okay. That looks better. I'm sorry, forgive my rashness. It's you. I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself. But I do get a lot of consultation requests for companies to defend them.
Requests from companies.
The Yatagarasu isn't some petty teapot for money, you know? Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarasu is a business of stealing people's lives? You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Carmen? Yeah.
Francisca, be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully, we may be sued by.
Okay, I'll choose carefully. Like you want it. That just now was hilarious, little Missy. Of course it was.
What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight?
Yeah, I feel like we already talked about this, but in the game that she was the prosecutor,
Yeah.
like all the cases would have gotten thrown because the prosecutor physically assaulted the defense attorney regularly
They didn't
in front of the court of law.
Yeah, but the judge didn't want to say anything because then he got whipped.
Yeah,
So,
terrible. And so, in the end, was it the Yatagarasu? I have to say, I had never even heard of this speak when I was in Germany.
I do want to say that she is far from the only prosecutor in the series to, like, have a weapon they use against people. throughout the games, so it is kind of hilarious that now of all times they're like, careful or you might get sued for assault.
Yeah.
But that doesn't ever matter the rest of the series.
I think it's just like on faith that the characters are just like tolerating it, right? Because they're choosing not to. I don't know. It's weird. The Yatagrasu deals in information, namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see. Vigilante or not, this person sounds like just another criminal to me. Well, you could put it that way too. By the way, I get a lot more clients now thanks to that thief.
Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. Should move on to speak with Detective Gumshoe now. Detective Gumshoe.
Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Ouch!
As am I.
I think you needed to whip him like that to let you know that.
I didn't do it, pal. On my honor as a detective, I really did it.
The words are useless. I placed my trust only in the evidence, Detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you.
Have a heart, pal.
You're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is.
Right. Hey, pal. Go ahead and do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will you?
I would have done so even had you not requested me to, Detective. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? What exactly did you do to make him so angry?
I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because of my very first hand as detective. I reported it as my usual post instead of the criminal affairs department. By the time I got to criminal affairs, I was really, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech.
I remember doing the same exact thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom.
How pathetic for the detective to be compared to a mere school child.
I feel like I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like if you're just like in your head of the routine, just continue the routine. Like it's just kind of natural.
Yeah. I mean, he still got in trouble for being late on his first day. Claimed to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so and from whom?
Earlier at around 3:20 and from Detective Bad, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn. I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday.
And yet, something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty.
Ow, your words stay worse than your whip, pal.
So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nope. Nothing, pal.
In that case, allow us to take a look at what you are carrying on your personage.
Wait, you can't do that.
There's nothing of any particular value here.
Well, my handcuffs and badge are confiscated by Detective Bad, so, you know.
What is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket?
Heads off, pal.
Just show it to us already.
No.
Annual bonus check within. $5 total. Except there's no check inside.
You got no look. I'll give it back, pal. It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know? So the envelope's really special to me. Now give it back.
When you rubbish like this, don't worry. We'll throw it out away. We'll throw it away for you later.
Let him have a thing for sentimentality.
How could you?
Okay, well, he took the envelope. Sorry, but I need you to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I need to. No, wait, since he became a suspect, there's one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer Astley, wait a second. Still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with the type of gumshoe. Understood. Please make it brief, sir. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. It's a bookshelf. What's this? Judge's Trial Exchange Log? Appears to be a journal where the various judges share their thoughts and ideas. Real daily lives the judges are laid out here on these pages.
There's nothing about the courts in here. It's just pages after pages of unrelated drivel.
Judging by the content, they are very enthusiastic about the courthouse's daily menu. It would appear that fried oysters are a favorite.
I've no use for such foolishly foolish words from that foolishly foolish crowd.
So please assure me that this is not the true state of this country's judiciary. Oh, was I supposed to show him something?
I guess. His testimony, maybe?
Literally had no money on him till he cashed this. I like this is literally.
Yeah. That's so funny that his bonus is $5.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention it. It was the easy low blow.
Yeah.
You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct?
Never think about it, pal.
And you're also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct?
Oh, yep. Not a single ant passed through that hall while I was on duty.
Do you realize the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself?
Oh.
But it's true. I didn't see anybody go through the hallway and I didn't hear anything else, pal. Bet the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can't even imagine.
So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. But why would he do so given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant's lobbies is in order. We can't break his psycho locks? Oh, hello.
You.
Ugh.
How could you have not noticed that coming?
Wasn't that the child I charged money for earlier? That child I changed money for earlier? Wow, that came out really bad.
Thanks! That's exactly what I needed!
Kids can sometimes be so cruel.
Looks like she dropped something.
Swiss roll!
Maybe we should arrest the girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead.
It's a Swiss roll. It says courthouse special on it. Courthouse special Swiss rolls. Is this being sold somewhere on the premises?
I don't recall seeing a restaurant of any sort in this courthouse.
Somehow doubt you'd find junk food like this on a restaurant menu, Francisco.
Well then, where do they sell these things, huh?
A convenience store, I suppose?
Well, I'm sure there's no convenience stores in this courthouse, Miles Ezra.
Where in the world did this come from? Weird packaging, but okay.
It's very strange packaging.
I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt next time we meet. I believe that's all that I need to with this man. Not for Detective Bad and the judge.
We have to confirm who is correct. The judge or that Scarface, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of the lobby number 2 next, then.
I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Francisca?
Ba-ba-da-ba-dum-bum. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum-dum.
So, do you see anything else? No, I don't think it's so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as the defender of the law. That'll be all for now. Ask Keen if I have any other questions. Anytime, Detective. Oh, don't excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Oh, you're that new prosecutor, man. Christopher Carter recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
And Manfred von Kammer's daughter, Franziska von Kammer. I'm set to become the successor to my senior's father any day now, Your Honor.
I see, Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by the comments. Ah! You're right, Your Honor.
Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss von Kammer, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine.
Apparently somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh, very well then, I shall call you Mr. Von Kammer and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. How about your earlier testimony? Rough? What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions on what exactly you saw. Alright, after all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. Greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements.
It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and other various foods.
Just lovely. What will we think of next?
Going to be a Jack and Court who like these beef jacks. One packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk, 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these for $6. They're awfully overpriced.
The lineup is simply awful, period.
Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll that I got wrapped is from this machine.
I was wondering about that myself. When you're in hot water, you might need a hot dog. Looks like this logo was decided through a public contest. And the winner was Prosecutor Winston Payne.
What a pathetic slogan. No presses at all. Now, if it was up to me, it would have read. If you leave matters in my Von Kammer's hand, everyone in court will be found guilty dogs. Overruled!
Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. I see.
Edgeworth, wouldn't you agree that it was a very clever pun?
I really think they put that much effort into the product name.
You're a foolish fool. Even a foolish fool can understand the foolish thinking of a fool who made it up. You're acting so foolishly that I got so thoroughly mad and now I'm utterly famished.
If you wanted a pack of these, all you had to do was ask like a normal person. Don't let the prosecution and the defense make a ham sandwich out of you. I like that one.
Sounds like it's directed at that ham of a judge.
It certainly isn't directed at me. I can outmaneuver him any day. But it's looking bad. Blind your opposition, Samoje. Are they promoting violence?
Don't worry, my whip will make sure that anybody following this advice won't be for long.
Compared to the sting of a whip, the sting of orange juice might not be so bad.
Yum.
Vintage fresh milk. What exactly is that supposed to mean?
You know. You know.
I bet it means that the milk is freshly milked by various defendants on trial right now.
And I think it might mean that if this was milked right here from the various defendants.
Miles Edgeworth, you can't possibly be serious.
Of course not.
No, we cannot simply milk every defendant.
Okay.
Stay neutral as the Swiss steward to the very end with these. The end of that.
But I assume it means the end of the trial. Suppose this means that one should eat these during a recess?
Can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now, huh?
Wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2 after all.
We're still in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me.
If you want, we can pool our money and buy a pack together.
If I have to split it with you, then I don't want it.
Wow. Delightful banter.
I know people like that though.
What?
That are not going to consume the entire product themselves, but don't want to split it. They don't want to take the rest home. They don't want to save the rest for later. They just are the kind of person that wants their own, even if they're not going to finish it.
I'm the type of person that's only wants half, but I eat it all anyways because I don't want to throw it away and it feels wasteful and I regret it the rest of the day. Trying to work on that. I ate a leftover half a sub at like 2 in the morning last week because I was leaving Buffalo the next day and I was like it was gonna go bad over the weekend.
Well, you know, like traditionally, you can't travel with subs. It's bad luck.
I mean, I wasn't gonna travel with it. The issue was whether I was gonna leave it, and I was like, I don't want to throw it away, so I guess I'm eating half a sub at 2 a.m. I was like, I knew I'd regret it, and I did regret it, but like, I was like,
I can imagine, yeah.
I was like, well,
late.
I'm doing this for all the children in countries that can't afford food, and would not be happy that I threw it out. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It was kind of a self-inflicted punishment. But it was good for a few bites.
Oh, iconic. It was good for a few bites.
It doesn't look like there's anything contradictory left in this area.
I suppose not. Perhaps should check somewhere else. Did you find something, officer? You can do this one.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Oh, oh, I think there's a $5 bill back there. Come on, just a little more.
Is there no one vacuum this country, or isn't it all the waste of living tissue?
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a single person we can deem useful here. We say in the room with the judge. Have you found any suspicious fingerprints, officer?
Nope. Just the fingerprints of those involved with the case, sir.
I guess we know.
Winston Payne. I've been like loaded ever since I heard his name. I'm like, he's coming out. He's coming out at some point.
I don't think he is.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I knew that the accent was gonna come out.
He's coming
when I
out of
wanted
you.
to. Yeah. He was summoned.
I guess we know all of the players in this case then, huh?
appear that way, but I have the nagging feeling that we're missing something. I suppose that what we're missing is hiding right here in this crime scene somehow. Somewhere. Someone.
He's making the most ridiculous looking face.
Maybe, but at least he doesn't look like someone who would tell a lie on purpose.
I suppose, but to Ronkama, evidence is the only thing that carries any weight.
Of course, at any rate, this poster seems to be of no use to us right now. There are no signs this fire extinguisher was used in the crime.
If you could already tell from a distance, why are you wasting your time examining it?
Siska, let's not try to rush absolute genius.
Mm.
Won't rest till I inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Also, he said not even an ant snuck by. I see ants. What is this? It's a pink colored piece of trash made of rubber.
Mm.
I feel like I've seen something like this before.
But all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there is a litter running loose inside this courthouse is simply unforgivable.
Not like I was I who littered.
Garbage belongs in a rubbish bin.
Ugh. Ugh.
What's the matter?
I pricked myself on one of the cactus needles. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp.
Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these? Anyways, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case.
Do you really think so? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on its windowsill is completely related.
Hmm.
Oh, that was very confident. I'm not ready for that.
Oh, well then, I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it was related.
I could look outside, however I doubt the killer could have escaped through here.
Of course not, this is a third floor after all.
It appears that bars were installed in this to prevent people from falling out.
Bars? What bars?
You do not see them from your vantage point. What? Must remember not to bring up that taboo subject again. She's short.
Sure.
The
In
ants,
my hair.
the ants are hard
She's
at work.
short. She's short. She's short. She might be dead.
I don't know why you did lump, but okay.
I don't know.
The ants are hard at work carrying the food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects for the size.
But if you want to carry the mighty common name and not be squished under it, you better work extra hard, just like these ants.
Same goes for you, Francisca. I'm afraid to talk to anybody because we're getting to the end. We could probably really quickly shove together two pieces of logic that are very obvious. The rubber and the
Balloon is so cactus because the balloon pop.
the rubber and the pointy thing. This pink rubbery substance, saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon.
I suppose that's possible.
The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes?
I don't think these two things are connected. In that case, I think that's probably a good stopping point.
Get a case.
because, yeah, it'll be a whole can of worms talking to these two.